Well, hello, all you high thinkers and people I hope are thinking in general, and welcome to another High Thoughts. I'm Sid High, and where I left off my last video was my finding out about Scientology when I turned roughly 15, and uh, had some people that were like fairly high up in Scientology without getting into the technical aspects of it. One was an OT7, one was an OT1, had all these books on Scientology, and they were happy to loan them to me and talk to me about Scientology and all that kind of stuff. And so, from them, they thought it was great, and I really looked up to them. So that, made me really want to try to see if this really worked. But I still had I guess, really a strong logic and fact based kind of approach, even at that age. Um, Very skeptical, and that turned out to be a very good thing. So let me read you this. This is like the aims of Scientology: civilization without insanity, without criminals, and without war, where the able can prosper and honest beings can have rights, and where man is free to rise to greater heights, are the aims of Scientology. Well, that sounds great, doesn't it? I mean, I wish we could do that. And there's aspects of it that I think could really point people in the right direction and help civilization in general. I'll talk about those later. But for the most part, I mean, it's kind of like Ron's an evil genius. I mean, well, there's plenty of other videos on that kind of thing. So I was just going to say that. So reading these books and having a goal like that in mind, and again, with my experience with Christianity and reading about other religions and transcendental meditation and all these other things, I was intrigued by reincarnation or the outer body experience. So, and that was something Scientology was supposed to be able to do. You go through these courses, you do this stuff, you basically are free to get out and do whatever you can, and you can manipulate the world from outside the body. I mean, that sounds pretty amazing, doesn't it? And you'd say, well, how could you go for something like that? Well, if you know anything about Christianity or Buddhism, I mean, that's not really that outrageous when you think about it. So, anyways, reading all these books, I did get a lot out of it. Finally was able to do some Scientology. I guess I won't go into all the details of that, but the dianetic auditing, I'll say, is like talk therapy. I've come to find out. And maybe that's where Ron got it. I don't know. But that did seem to help people. Every time I audited somebody, uh, it seemed we ended on a good note. Of course, that's the way you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to do it until it ends on a good cognition, as they say. And I enjoyed it. I mean, it was good, I thought, but it didn't do what it says it will do in the book Dianetics, Modern Science and Mental Health. So that right there was telling me, but everybody in the organization really thought they were saving the world. I mean, it was really going for that. And there was a lot of the communication formula, and well, I'm not going to that in another video. The things I found positive about Scientology um, made me want to keep going. Plus, it was that goal of being exterior. So I guess another interesting thing about Scientology was so the goal of life is survive. That's like the first dynamic, the primary dynamic. And then there's 8 dynamics total. I'll go into that in another video, but because I felt like that was a pretty good concept and how that was explaining things. Um, and then the description of what they call their name for soul is basically Thetan. And the way Ron described that was ecstatic, no wavelength, no dimensions, basically static, nothing. It's just like it existed, but there was nothing in our universe that would detect or could tell what it was the way it sounded. In fact, it almost sounds like, an other dimensional kind of thing. I mean, anyways, that sounded interesting to me as far as a concept for the soul or a being. And so all I can say is, I mean, I don't want to tell anybody what to do. I would not recommend getting into Scientology, but I would say that there's aspects of it that gonna I gonna I'm going to try and talk about in another video. I don't want to make these too long, but I think there are some good aspects that I can talk about, and hopefully it will help other people. And that way, maybe the world could be a better place. What if we could reach aims like this? What if we could take the best parts of certain religions, or, at least the moral and the character part of it, and don't get involved in all that heaven and hell and all that, but just try and be a better civilization. I I mean, that would be ideal to me. That's what I think. So who knows? Maybe when I get done with this, I'll try and make a list of all those and see if anybody else likes that idea. I don't know. It is high thoughts. I guess I can do whatever I want, right? I'll take suggestions. But anyway, I guess that's it for now. Like I said, I will elaborate on some other aspects of Scientology and then move on to other subjects. So me and Penny are going to sign off now. I hope you all have a great day. Like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff when you get a chance. See ya.